You are the one who stays late to fix a mistake you didn't make. You are the one who swallows your anger to keep the peace. You are the one who is described as dependable, safe, and nice. And yet, when the promotions are handed out, you are overlooked. When you speak, the room does not go quiet. The noise simply continues over you. You feel a phantom weight on your chest, the crushing realization that your time is treated as a free commodity, while others charge a premium for their mere presence. This is not a string of bad luck. This is a system you built. You have been infected by a modern disease, the addiction to likability. You operate under the delusion that if you are accommodating enough, the world will repay you with loyalty. It will not. The world devours the accommodating. In this video, we are going to perform a surgical removal of that delusion. We will dismantle the nice person persona and replace it with the architecture of respect. We are going to explore the Machiavellian reality, that being liked is often the enemy of being powerful. Before we descend into the mechanics, understand this. The information here is not for the passive. It is for those tired of being the prey. If you are ready to stop begging for approval and start commanding it, verify your intent. Subscribe to the channel. Do it now. We are building a network of minds that understand the code, and if you are not subscribed, you are simply a tourist in the world of power. Do not be a tourist. Let us begin. There is a specific type of rage that grows in the nice guy or the nice girl. It is a silent, bitter rage. It comes from a broken contract. You believe that human interaction is a transaction. I treat you with excessive kindness. Therefore, you owe me respect. But human nature does not honor this contract. When you are constantly agreeable, when you never impose a cost for bad behavior, you do not signal virtue. You signal weakness. You become the invisible man. The invisible man is safe. He is predictable. And because he is safe, he is ignored. If you are neither, if you are simply always there, you become part of the furniture. Niccolò Machiavelli, the father of dark strategy, warned us centuries ago. He wrote, "Men are ungrateful, fickle, pretenders. They will offer you their blood when the danger is far, but when it approaches, they turn against you." He understood that people do not respect what is given freely. They respect what they must work for. They respect what they fear losing. If you are always smiling, always available, and always forgiving, you have flooded the market with your own value. And in economics, when supply is infinite, value drops to zero. You have trained your boss, your partner, and your friends to treat you poorly. Every time you let a slight slide, every time you laughed off a disrespect, you were training a dog. You taught them that biting you has no consequence, and now you wonder why you are bitten. Now, pause the video. Go to the comments. Write this down. I give respect. I demand respect. Make it real. The foundation of your powerlessness is your predictability. Humans are hunters. We are engaged in a constant, subconscious assessment of the people around us. We look for patterns. Once we figure out someone's pattern, we stop paying attention to them. We know what they will do. We know what they will say. When you prioritize being liked, you become the most predictable creature on earth. You will always say yes. You will always avoid conflict. You will always apologize, even when you did nothing wrong. This reeks of desperation, and make no mistake, people can smell desperation. It is a biological repellent. When you are desperate for validation, you project a low status. You are signaling to the tribe that you need them more than they need you. In the laws of power, the one who needs the other person less holds 100% of the control. Machiavelli famously stated, "It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both." Modern society has softened this quote. They tell you it means being a tyrant. They are wrong. Fear, in the context of social dynamics, does not mean terror. It means reverence. It means the anticipation of a boundary. Think of the ocean. You love the ocean. It is beautiful, but you also fear it. You respect it. You know that if you disrespect the current, if you swim too far, there are consequences. You do not splash carelessly in the middle of the Atlantic. You treat it with awe. You must become like the ocean, beautiful, providing value, but dangerous if crossed. Right now, you are a puddle, safe, shallow, and easily stepped in. So, how do we architect this fear, this reverence? We do it through the law of consequence. Respect is built on a simple equation. Disrespect plus action equals consequence. Most of you have removed the consequence from the equation. Someone interrupts you? You keep talking. Someone is late? You wait. Someone insults you? You laugh awkwardly to diffuse the tension. You are terrified of the awkward silence. You are terrified that if you stand up for yourself, they will leave. Let them leave. To architect respect, you must become psychologically untouchable. This means your time, your attention, and your energy have a market price, and that price must be paid. If someone wastes your time, the consequence is that they get less of your time in the future. If someone disrespects your boundary, the consequence is the withdrawal of your warmth. You do not need to scream. You do not need to fight. The most painful consequence you can inflict on a human being is the withdrawal of your attention. There are thousands of people watching this right now who will click away because this truth is too heavy for them. They want the easy lie. They want to be told that kindness is its own reward. They are the victims of tomorrow. If you are still here, if you are capable of handling the weight of this strategy, like this video, it is a subtle signal to the algorithm and to yourself that you are not one of the victims. Why is this so hard to do? Why does the idea of being cold make your stomach churn? Because you are an addict. Biology is working against you. When someone smiles at you, when they compliment you, your brain receives a hit of dopamine. It feels safe. When someone frowns or criticizes you, your brain releases cortisol. It mimics the pain of physical injury. For the nice person, approval is not just a luxury. It is the drug they use to numb their insecurity. Imagine you are walking around with a remote control taped to your chest. This remote controls your emotions. One button says happy, one button says sad, one says anxious. When you seek approval, you are ripping that remote off your chest and handing it to everyone you meet. You are saying, "Here, please press happy. Please don't press sad." You are a slave to their whims. If they have a bad day and treat you poorly, you collapse. If they validate you, you soar. This is the state of total powerlessness. The Machiavellian mind keeps the remote. The Machiavellian mind decides its own value. The moment you stop performing for an audience, the audience starts watching you more closely. Why? Because you have become self-sourcing. You no longer need their battery power to run. And that is intimidating. That is magnetic. Do you understand why you are constantly being ignored while others who do less are revered? Good. Now write this down. Internalize it. My worth isn't debatable. We have diagnosed the illness. Now we apply the cure. Here are the 5 Machiavellian rules to transition from the nice guy to the mind architect. Rule number 1. Silence as strength. Stop explaining yourself. Weak people over-explain. They feel the need to justify every decision to avoid judgment. When you set a boundary, state it. Do not defend it. I cannot do that. Not, I can't do that because I have to wash my cat and my mom is sick. Just, I cannot do that. Let the silence follow. The silence is the cement that sets the boundary. Rule number 2. Strategic indifference. Never chase. In any negotiation, in any relationship, the person who is more willing to walk away has the power. If someone pulls away from you, do not run after them. Become indifferent. Indifference is not cruelty. It is simply the lack of desperation. It signals that your life is full and complete without them. There is nothing more attractive and nothing more command-worthy than a person who is content in their own company. Rule number 3. Emotional bulletproofing. If they can make you angry, they own you. If they can make you cry, they own you. When you react visibly to disrespect, you show them where your buttons are. You show them the remote control. When you are attacked, your face must remain a mask. Calm. Analytical. Look at them as if they are a specimen in a jar. This lack of reaction terrifies manipulative people. They thrive on drama. Starve them of it. Rule number 4. Strategic unpredictability. Stop being predictably nice. Sometimes be warm. Sometimes be cold. Sometimes be available. Sometimes be unreachable. Robert Greene teaches us, keep people off balance and in the dark by never revealing the purpose behind your actions. When people cannot predict your mood, they become hyper-aware of you. They walk on eggshells. They respect you because they are trying to figure you out. Rule number 5. Swift boundary enforcement. No warnings. No 3 strikes. If someone crosses a line, for example, mocking you in public, the consequence must be immediate. You cut the interaction short. You leave. You do not engage. You do not complain about it later. You act in the moment. Train them like gravity. If you drop a cup, it falls. It doesn't apologize. It just falls. Be like gravity. Finally, we must discuss the engine of value. Scarcity. We value gold because it is rare. We value air only when we are choking. If you are constantly available, answering texts in seconds, showing up to every event, always free to talk, you are essentially air. Necessary, perhaps, but unnoticed. You must architect selective presence. You must be busy, not pretending to be busy, actually focused on your mission. When you are building your empire, your body, and your mind, you naturally have less time for nonsense. As you become less available, a strange psychological shift occurs. People start to view the time they do get with you as a privilege. He made time for me, they think. Suddenly, your jokes are funnier. Your advice is taken more seriously. Your presence has weight. By removing yourself, you increase your value. This channel is not for the masses. The masses are content being sheep. The algorithm suppresses content that makes people dangerous and independent. If you have watched this far, you are the resistance. Check your subscription. Make sure the bell is on. Do not let the feed drown out the signal. When you stop trying to be liked, you will lose people. The parasites will fall away. The narcissists will get bored because they cannot control you. The lazy will leave because you no longer carry their load. Let them go. This is not a loss. It is a purification. What remains will be the people who respect you for who you are, not for what you do for them. You will walk into a room, and you will not scan faces for approval. You will scan the room for opportunity. You will feel a lightness in your chest. The weight of the invisible man will vanish. Respect is not given. It is not an award for good behavior. Respect is commanded. It is taken by those who know their own value and refuse to negotiate it. This is your blueprint. Build the fortress. Share this video with the one person you know who needs to wake up. And remember, respect is your birthright, but only if you claim it.